I was able to heal despite coming from an abusive Somali family. I talk more about this in my debut memoir, They Don't Have the Happiness You're Looking For. The link for it is in my bio. And if you aren't able to afford it at this time, but you still need the resource, please DM me or email and I'll send you the e copy for free. So I started my journey about 11 years ago now, and I was 18 at the time. It was right off the tails of trying to take my own life. And it was at that point I realized, okay, something is wrong. You need to admit it. So I guess step number one was admitting it to myself. At that time, I had counselors, and for transparency, I'm Canadian, so the healthcare is free, unfortunately, for those in the States. However, I do think that there's definitely a lot of resources, and I recommend utilizing Google or any sort of search engine that you're comfortable with to figure out what is free and available. And a lot of nonprofits will offer support as well. And with those counselors, I really struggled at first to explain what was going on. It was difficult to even understand what was wrong about my childhood. I was incredibly numb, desensitized. Like when I say desensitized, I mean somebody could hit me with a crowbar and my body could shut down to the point where I couldn't feel it physically. My pain tolerance was high, my emotional tolerance was high, and I just was like stone faced. I remember sitting in the office and being like looking at the time and trying to like get out, but you can't when you are admitted into psychiatric care. It was difficult. Eventually, I realized that speaking is my only salvation. If I do not speak and tell people what's going on, nobody can help me. Nobody can see my pain, and I can't even see my pain. That's the other thing. One counselor told me, and I remember it to this day, this was almost 10 years ago. She said, "Nothing in here is real unless you speak it or you write it." So all of these conversations happening, it may feel like you're processing or validating. You're actually not. You're just kind of ricocheting information back and forth. But for it to be tangible and to actually heal you and make a difference, you have to say something and you have to write it down. Even if you're just turning on your microphone, you don't feel comfortable with a therapist, turn it on and say, "This is what happened to me today." Eventually, you'll build the momentum to tell people. And when you tell people, the beautiful thing is they'll help you. I've had people take me into their homes. I've had people offer me resources. I've had my life saved a million times because I've told people I'm not okay, something is hurting me, or these people are hurting me, I need help. Eventually, you build a muscle within yourself to also be a caretaker, and that includes validating one's own emotions. That's a big thing within my own healing. People around you, unfortunately, if you think about it, all these people have all experienced some sort of hurt or trauma. They come from a different family structure, they have their own psychological chains, right? So sometimes when you talk to people, they'll almost excuse the abuse or almost like victim blame because in their minds this is how they've survived their life, right?